Hi everyone, I just wanted to make a very short video as we come to the end of our financial year. So our financial year at Trinity Church runs from May until the end of April. So we've got 2 days left until we get to the end of this current financial year. And as I look back, I just want to say thank you to God for the generosity of his people. We have a budget of around about £160,000, and majority of that is spent on the full-time ministry staff. So there are currently full-time ministry staff. So there's myself, Pastor James, and Nicola as our children's minister. And we also have, in the last few weeks, Chris Southey has come on part-time as our integration minister. So very, very thankful to God for all the generous giving that has enabled these staff to be employed. We also spend probably around about £25,000 a year as we hire our different premises, but it all adds up as we think about mission giving as well, and other contributions, other costs, that it adds up to about £160,000. And wow, it's just amazing to look back at the generosity of God's people, particularly in a cost of living crisis as we give towards that gospel ministry. We'll give you a proper update on how the year ends in the next few weeks. But just in these last couple of days, I just thought I'd send a message, because how is it going to end? Well, looking at the current figures, it could be that we end pretty much on target in terms of income and expenditure, or it could be that we end up with about maybe 10 or more £1,000 of more expenditure than income. We do have some reserves of the church, and it may well be God's plan that we end the financial year eating into our reserves as we continue then into the future years, and we trust God for that. But it may be that we can end slightly differently. So this is not, as we end the financial year, a hard push from the pastor to keep on giving more and giving more. I just want to say a big thank you to God for those who have given and continue to give. And I want to say that it all matters. All your giving thus far and all your continued giving really does matter. So keep on going, trust in the Lord. It is absolutely right to give towards gospel ministry in a local church. Remember what we were doing in church yesterday? The kingdom of Jesus lasts forever. So it really is worth it. But it is a message that as we get to the end of April, and if you are yet to give, or maybe you feel prompted to give a little bit more as we end the month in the next 2 days, then it'd be great if you want to do a bank transfer. That is by far the easiest way to do it. We'll send all the bank details out, but just send a little bank transfer in the next today or tomorrow, and that'll all be recorded in our financial accounts for this year. So if you have given, would be prompted to give a bit more, then do that. But if you haven't yet given, particularly if you've just joined the church family, or maybe you just haven't got around to it this month, then please, for the next couple of days, would you make that transfer so that we can end this financial year in a healthy way? Just so you know that in the last few weeks in April, the increased building costs that we've expected for a while from the building that we use, have now come into play. So things are just going to get more expensive. And then, of course, in the last few weeks, with the employment of Chris Southey as integration minister. So we feel it's absolutely right to be doing what we're doing. It is stretching, it is pressurizing, but God is a great provider. And he will inevitably do this so often, regularly, through the generosity of his people as he prompts him. So let's continue to thank God, trust him, and let's act towards this as we get to the end of this financial year.